Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Jacoby. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you how to get started with playing volleyball and how I did it. So basically how I got into volleyball, first and foremost, I started in 7th grade and I was 12 years old and I played all the way until I was 22. Yeah, so I played for literally 10 years. So basically what started me in volleyball, I wasn't really that into it. I was not interested in it at all to begin with. Like, I had no interest, did not want to try it, nothing. I was a basketball player, and I was like, I play basketball, like, I don't play volleyball, like, I don't really want to try. But one of my really good friends, Emily, she was like, oh, just try it, because she played club volleyball at that time, and I was like, ugh, like, fine, because she was like one of my really good, like, best friends. I was like, fine, like, I'll try it. So I asked my older sister to help me. I was like, so, like, how do I play? Like, I did so much research, or as much research as I could, because really, back then, there really wasn't much information on the internet for me to, like, learn from, which sucked. That's also a reason why I did create this channel, because, like, I felt like there's literally nothing out there to teach young people, like, how to play volleyball, like, in a simple, like, relatable way. So, but yeah, anyways, that's off topic. But my sister had previously tried out for volleyball. I don't think she made it, but it just really wasn't for her or whatever, but she taught me. So she had a ball already in our garage, so she took me outside and she taught me how to pepper. And that was like my first dose of volleyball. She taught me the basics. She taught me how to pass, set, hit, serve. She taught me all those little basics, taught me what they meant and how to do it. And then we would pepper back and forth with each other. And keep in mind, like, I was not very good. Some people are naturally talented, but, like, I wasn't that great, you know? And it's, like, something that, like, I thought I would enjoy instantly or hate instantly. But it really wasn't even like that. Like, I grew to love volleyball. So really, I kind of limited myself thinking, like, oh, like, I don't want to try volleyball, like, at all. Like, it's not for me. That's not true, and I didn't know it wasn't for me because I had never tried. So I would suggest just giving it a try before you make any judgment about whether you like it or not. But then, yeah, she took me out to the backyard. We were just playing around, and I trained the entire summer before tryouts. I would go outside and just serve the ball against the side of my house's, like, wall. And my house is brick, so, like, it was fine. But my dad and my sister could always hear me just practicing every day for hours just outside in the summer sun in Alabama. Like, it was hot, but I was so dedicated and I, like, wanted to get good at it. Like, when I do things, I want to be, like, the best. And I get, like, obsessed. And I was just out there all the time, just serving against the wall, hitting against the wall, setting against anything, like, peppering with myself against the wall. Like, it was just, like, a grind. And then finally tryouts came, and I made the team. And I was like, huh, like, okay. I wasn't expecting that. That's also something that, like, I'm still working on to this day, is, like, belief. You have to believe in yourself, because, like, belief can take you a long way, okay? And that applies to anything you do. Say you want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to make the volleyball team, like, same thing. You just have to believe that you can do it. And I did it, and I was, like, shocked. I remember telling my dad, I was like, I made it? He was like, yeah, like, I knew that. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy, because he believes in me more than anybody. So, and I was just like, like, I made it. So then I was, like, definitely inspired. I was like, I made it. Like, this is, like, positive. So I played that season, and I'm pretty sure I started off as a setter. I don't know why. I just did. I could, like, jump pretty well when I was young, like 12. I don't know. I played a lot of different positions. That's usually what happens when you're younger. You kind of bounce around position to position because you're not exactly trained or specialized in one position quite yet. So I was trained as a setter originally, and I kind of stuck with that a little bit. I hit sometimes, but not a lot, or it really depended on whatever. But after my school season happened, I was like, okay, like, period, like, I'm playing club. Like, I want to play club. Like, I love volleyball. I want to keep playing. I want to play all the time, like, blah, blah, blah. So I joined the local club volleyball team. I'm lucky enough to have grown up in an area where there's multiple choices for volleyball clubs. I know not everyone has that, and I can make a video about how, like, what to do if you don't have, like, club teams in your area. But I just chose the local one that my friend played with. All my friends played with, basically. People from my school team played for this club, so I was just like, okay, like, cool, like, that's fine. So I played my first club season, and if you're familiar with club, they have age groups. So I was playing 13s for my 13s for my first season because I was 12 years old, and there's like a date, a birth date that you have to be like above or below whatever to make an age requirement. So I was playing 13s, and that was in my correct age group, and it was like a travel team. And I remember trying out for club. I was so nervous. I was like, I still don't think I'm that good. Like, you know, I'm not as good as these other girls who have been playing for longer than I have. And then I ended up making like the ones team, and I was like, wait a second, like what? Like, no way I'm on the one team. And if you're familiar with club, you know that like for your age group, there's a 1 team, a 2 team, and a 3 team, etc. Or there's A team, B team, C team, whatever. Like the number 1 team, the A team is like the best team, B second best, C third best, and so on. So I made the 1 team, and I was like very much shook. I was like, wow, like, oh my gosh, I did it. And then that was like one of the most eye-opening like seasons for me, obviously, because it was like my first club season, and I was traveling. I was in PCB, I was in Louisville, like I was just everywhere playing volleyball, and I was seeing different styles of volleyball. And that's when I realized that like volleyball was like so much bigger than what I thought it was. Because like keep in mind, like the school that I went to, our high school team was very, very good. Like they had girls going Division 1, like playing in like SEC schools. Like they were very, very good. So that's like something I had to look up to. But then I didn't realize the scale of volleyball, how popular it was in, I don't know, Kentucky, or how popular it was in California or Texas or Minnesota. Like there's so many different teams out there, so many different clubs, so many different styles of play. And that's when I was like, wow, like this is awesome. And like I would always just try to like surf the internet and see like if there was any kind of like content out there basically about volleyball, because I wanted to know and learn everything. Like I wanted to like see like people like vlog at their volleyball tournaments, or I wanted to see like a day in the life of a college volleyball player or something like that. Like I was like mesmerized. I love volleyball so much. So then after I like started my first club season, I never stopped. I did not stop playing club until I was graduated high school, and that's when you stop playing club, is when you're out of high school. So I played the rest of my school career, and then I think around maybe my freshman, sophomore year, I decided I wanted to play in college, and I was like, I really want to play in college. Like this is so cool. Like I want to keep playing. I don't want to stop. So I told my coach that, like probably when I was like 14, 15. Like a freshman, sophomore in college, high school, and I was like, I want to play in college. I was like, what level do you think I can play? And that is so important, to be able to ask like tough questions like that, because I mean no one wants to hear that they can't play or they can't do something or they can't play at a certain level. But honesty is the best policy, and you will get the truth from your coach, hopefully. Like my coach was very truthful and very blunt. Okay, so I asked him straight up. I was like, what level do you think I can play at? Because like I don't want to like sell myself too high, but I don't want to sell myself too short either. And he was like mid-tier D1 for sure. And I was like, okay. So like that's why I asked him. I had no idea what I could do, because me being me, I'm just like, not that good. But he thought I was like that good. And I was like, okay, like I'll aim for that. So I started emailing schools, and if you want a more in-depth video about recruiting, let me know, because that's a whole process. Oh my gosh. But I mean, I figured it out, I navigated it, and I literally landed myself at a D1 school. Like I did that myself, literally by myself. So like I didn't have a recruiting service, I didn't have nothing. I just had me and my email and my tape, and that's it. But I ended up going to college, and I started at a Division 3 school because I just wanted to kind of get my feet wet with college, which looking back, I really should not have done. I should have just gone straight into what I thought I could have played, which was Division 1 volleyball, but I just sold myself so short. And also my recruiting process was a little hard, just because like where I grew up, like yeah, we had club and stuff, but we weren't getting near as much exposure as like the neighboring states club wise. Like it was just not really there at that time, but now it has really grown, so that's great. But I ended up going to college at a D3 school my freshman and sophomore year. I absolutely hated it. Like I liked the girls that I met there, but like the school wasn't for me. It was expensive, and it was also D3, meaning I wasn't getting a scholarship, an athletic scholarship, and that bothered me, because I was like, I know I'm good enough to get like a full ride somewhere. Like I know that. So I thought, and also the competition just wasn't great, and it was not good. So yeah, I ended up transferring out of that school, and I went to a Division 1 school. So I transferred out of a D3 school to a D1 school, and I went to the University of Southern Mississippi. But at that point in my career, like my junior year, I was so burnt out, and I was like, oh my god, I hate this. And like it was just, I met some of my best friends at Southern Miss. Like I still talk to some of those girls to this day. But keep in mind, this was like 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. And I was just like, miserable. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I lost the love for the game. I wasn't feeling it anymore. But I finally had reached my goal of playing Division I volleyball, and I was like kind of taking it all in. I was like, wow, like this is amazing. And I don't want you to think that D1 is the only answer, because I've seen plenty of talented people go D2, D3, NAIA, like that's perfectly okay. But my specific goal was I want to play Division I volleyball, like period. And I did. And then once I hit that and once I got to that place, I was like, this is amazing. Like the gear was just as good as advertised. Like the travel was crazy. Like I was the first biggest school I missed because I was in Denver at a volleyball tournament. Like it was awesome. I loved it. But I realized that like I was kind of having an identity crisis. I was like, volleyball? Or like am I a volleyball only person, or like am I just more than that? I was still trying to figure out school. School was hard. I had 8 a.m.s. Like the grind gets to you. It really does. And I can make another video about that, how the college volleyball actually works, because girl. But then after Southern Miss, I ended up transferring to a little NAIA school in Georgia. Because at first I had quit volleyball my junior year. I was like, I'm done. Like I really don't want to play anymore. Like I'm over it. But then my friend, she was like, are you done? And I was like, you're right. So like I ended up contacting an NAIA school because I couldn't transfer anymore in the NCAA. So I contacted them and they were like, yeah, we want you. And I was like, okay, so I'm going back to Georgia because my first school was in Atlanta. So I was like, wow, this is great. So I'm going back to Georgia and I played my 2 years there. I was only supposed to have 1 year, right? But then COVID happened and I got my COVID year. So I played my senior year and then I played my COVID year and then I graduated and I got my degree. And now and then I moved to Baton Rouge, and I was playing club volleyball at the college level at LSU, and I absolutely loved it. Those girls, I love those girls so much. It was such a great experience. But then I ended up getting married, and then I ended up just moving out here to California to be with my husband. But I wouldn't trade any like thing I had done in the past, like volleyball wise, like for the world. Like I loved it. It was a great experience, but I knew I wanted to move on with my life and like just kind of leave volleyball behind, because I knew I had to like kind of find out who I was outside of volleyball. So yeah, that's where I am now, and that's the story of how I got started in volleyball. If you want more details or if you have specific questions, let me know in the comments, and I can also take video requests. So yeah, sorry I haven't posted a volleyball video in a while. I just was not feeling quite inspired, but my husband was just like, tell them how you got started. Like people want to hear that. And I was like, really? Like do people really want to hear about how I started? But like I guess, so we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, it really helps me out. And we're almost to 10,000 subscribers, you guys. I know we're kind of jumping the gun, okay? I know we just hit 7,000, but 3,000 away from 10K. Like that's been one of my goals for a really long time. And it's not even because I like the number, it's because of the people that actually like love volleyball and like want to hear what I have to say. That's insane to me. But yeah, I gotta go to work. Okay, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!